Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. I hope this video comes out. I've just filmed this video, no sound, round two. But anyway, my name's Gemma, and if you're new to my channel, hello, hope you're having a lovely day. And today's video is going to be my first ever story time. I've never done a story time video before, so hope you like it. But this is going to be a little bit of a strange one. This is going to be about my paranormal and psychic experiences I've had. I mean, I'm not saying I'm some kind of medium, psychic, clairvoyant, whatever you want to call it. I'm just talking to you about things that have happened to me, or I believe have kind of happened to me in my life, and I wanted to share them with you. And I'd love for you guys as well to, you know, come back to me and tell me if you've had any of these things happen to you, and just to let me know I'm not the only one. But anyway, let's start at the beginning. The first thing I'm going to talk about is, this is, I believe, happened way before I was born, but when I was in the, I don't know, in my mum's tummy or whatever. I don't know where, you know, sorry, bingo wings. So I don't know when, you know, when this actually happened, but I actually believe that I did choose my parents to be my parents before I was born. I've told my mother this when I was little. I still kind of believe it now. All I remember is it being dark and there maybe being a light. I'm not too sure. I just remember it being a bit dark and I can't remember properly, but I do believe that I chose my parents to be my parents before I was born. I don't know why I believe that, but I really kind of feel I believe that. And when I looked online, I'm not the only one who believes that as well, so, and believed as that's happened to them. So that made me feel a bit better. It made me feel like I wasn't as crazy as I first thought. My boyfriend obviously thinks I'm absolutely nutter crazy and that I'm a crazy lady. He's probably right. But yeah, so I do believe that I chose my parents before I was born, and I don't know why I chose them, but I believe I chose my parents and something went on and I chose them to be my parents. The second thing I'm going to talk about is a kind of weird premonition which came true, and a really nasty one actually, and really bizarre. So I was living back, I must have been a teenager, I was living back at my second house with my parents, and I had a lovely cat then called Babs. She was a lovely tortoiseshell fluffy-ish little thing, heart of gold, really lovely little thing, loved my mum to bits. Anyway, I remember having this terrible nightmare that I dreamed that my cat was dead outside this pub near where I lived called the Foresters. There was a cat, you know, she was dead, basically lying in the car park on her side. I can kind of still see it a little bit now. So I woke up, went downstairs, and obviously Babs I think was sitting under the table or on one of the chairs, so obviously it didn't happen, and she wouldn't be there anyway. It was way too far away from our house. But I remember telling my mum, I'm thinking, oh my god, I've just dreamt that Babs has died and that she was, you know, dead in the car park at the Forester. And she's, well, obviously not, she's here. I said, I know that. But anyway, so we had to take at that, back in the day, my mum, when I lived with my parents, my mum I worked at a publisher's, and my mum used to drop my sister off at school and then drop me off to work. And anyway, so mum was driving along, you know, as you do, driving along, and we go past this pub. We used to go past it after, you know, on the way to take Leanne to school, and you wouldn't believe it, but actually in the road was, well, not in the road, we went past the Forester's pub, and you're gonna know what's coming, but the cat, the exact same cat as my Babs, was lying dead in the car park exactly like I said. Almost a mirror image of what I dreamt, this nightmare I had. This cat was laying dead in the car park. I remember looking at my mum, she looked at me and we just said nothing. It was like, it was exactly what I said, and obviously it wasn't Babs, but it looked exactly the same as Babs, lying there dead. I mean, it could have been the poor little baby. I mean, I'm assuming it could just have been weird coincidences, but it was super weird because I'd literally came down that morning, told her, we drove off to work an hour or so later, and there it was, exactly like I'd dreamt, you know. Oh, horrible. Okay, and the third thing that is kind of paranormal, I was sitting in the front room with my parents. I don't know if we had people, no, we didn't have people around, but it was just with my mum and that, and for some reason I wrote something down on a bit of paper. I can't remember for what the life of me it was, and considering I've nearly been moved out of my house nearly 10 years, and this was quite a few years before I moved out, so you're talking years ago. Anyway, so I suddenly wrote down something down on a bit of paper. I don't think it was a song or anything like that, it wasn't, but so it wouldn't have been something I'd heard on the radio, but basically I wrote this thing down, can't remember what it was, and Mum said to me, what did you write that down for? I said, I don't know, it was just going through my head. She goes, I was just thinking exactly that when you wrote that down. I know, weird, weird, weird. Again, could just be coincidence, but kind of weird and a bit freaky. And the fourth thing I'm going to talk to you about is where I'm living now. This happened a few years ago actually, and yeah, quite a few years ago. We hadn't actually been in a house all that long. We had another cat at the time called Rosie before we have Kiki, which we had now, and bless her, she's in kitty heaven right now. But my boyfriend worked as a DJ, and I think I'm sure he was DJing, or was he not at that point? I don't know, he was either DJing or something, he wasn't in. And I think it was a Saturday night. I remember I was at home on my own, and then what then happened is I was sitting in the front room, and all of a sudden I've got 3 Bengal cats, and all 3 of my Bengal cats suddenly turned to the corner, the left corner of my room. So I'm sitting on the settees, which is like here, and then the cats are sort of all suddenly turning at this corner of the room, all started howling hysterically. When I say hysterically, it was horrible. I looked at the wall where there was nothing there. I turned around, there was nothing there. I couldn't see anything. And all 3 of them were howling at this corner in the room. And this went on for ages. And it scared the living shit out of me. I kid you not. I was so frightened. I was suddenly looking at this corner and I'm just thinking, what the fuck? What can you see? There is nothing there. There was nothing there. But this went on for ages, and it happened more than once. I think it happened twice, I believe. Sure, it was twice, and they were all just howling at this corner in the room. Nothing there, but I have read up on it, and apparently cats, they say animals can see spirits and stuff like that. I don't know if it was a spirit or not. I don't know if there was nothing on the wall. There was no spiders and no nothing, and this wasn't like a normal howl. This was just like a horrible howl, and all of them at the corner. It scared the life out of me. And then, do you know what? A few years later, actually, I don't think this is anything related to this. I think it's just pure coincidence. There was a noise coming from that corner, but I actually think it was something under the house, an animal or something, though it did go on for weeks and weeks and weeks, so it's kind of weird. But I believe that wasn't anything related to that. Well, I'm hoping it was nothing related to that. But this howling, my God, there was nothing there. But can you imagine sitting in your front room and then all of a sudden all your animals suddenly turn to a corner and start howling at it like lunatics when there's nothing there? So that scared the life out of me. And yeah, I mean, I have a few other things I can tell you, but I might save that for another video. I don't want you to get too bored. But do let me know if any of you guys have had these things happen to you as well, because I'd love to know that I'm not alone in these weird things happening, and I'd just love to hear what you think. What do you think about these things that happened to me, if these happened to you? Yeah, I'm just curious, because it was so, when these things happened, it was so strange. And I'm not claiming to be a clairvoyant, psychic, nothing like that. I think I've probably got quite good intuition, but that's about it. But yeah, I mean, one other thing I'm going to throw in there. I mean, one of my old bosses is pregnant, and I kind of guessed it and told her, but that's nothing. You know, I kind of knew she wanted to have a baby, so that was just guessing. So that's nothing. You know, I'm not going to claim anything, but how weird are those things? I mean, so do let me know if any of you guys had these things happen to you. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new. I do post a lot. You know, I try to post daily if I can. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification button next to the subscribe button, so you know when my videos are going to be going live. I hope you have a lovely day. Please comment in the comment sections. I love talking back to you guys, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.